It's all you, sir.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Euphoria Wealth Builders Business Opportunity Overview. My name is Rob Podles, coming to you from Baltimore. My pleasure to share with you tonight a little bit about Euphoria, a little bit about our DNA business, a little bit about our product and technology. We'll start off on the product side because some people listen to this or watch this and they're only interested as a customer just to learn a little bit about the product first, a little bit about how that actually works. So that's what we're going to talk to you about, and then a little bit about the business. So let's start, Rob. Exclusive and proprietary, one of a kind. A lot of times we hear that out here with different products, you know, that why the product is exclusive, why it's proprietary, nobody else can do it. With this, nothing has ever been more true. I've seen a lot of stuff, heard a lot of stories, why different ingredients are better than other people's ingredients. But if I were to ask you a question, is there any two of us alike? Any two people you know that's exactly identical, it's exactly alike? The answer is no. So why would a one-of-a-kind, any product, work the same for everybody? It doesn't. It's absolutely crazy. So we have a one-of-a-kind product and a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Our product is made exclusively just for you. Next slide. Therefore, you will not find our product on Amazon, Wayfair, eBay, or a host of other websites, where oftentimes you can find any product you want to on those places. So our product is a customized product. It's built specifically for you, and therefore I can't put mine on eBay. Nobody wants to buy it. Nobody wants to take Rob Podles' formula. Nobody wants to take anyone else's product. And so all these other channels, they don't even apply. Next slide.
For decades, everyone's been telling us what nutritional supplements our bodies need. Throughout generations, our DNA has already known. And today, one company takes human history into the 21st century. Because every body is unique. And your DNA is the authority on your body's nutritional needs. Introducing Euphoria, a nutritional supplement unique to every one of us because it's custom designed for each of us based on our DNA. No more guessing. No more risking deficiency or toxicity. No more wasting money. Just 100% you. Customized design. Delivered to your door. And affordable. Your parents gave you your DNA. But this isn't your parents' nutrition. This is your own designer nutrition. This is your Youtrition. Euphoria. Being you never felt better.
All right. Now, if you remember Blockbuster Video, if you remember vinyl records, and I would have asked you, do you think Blockbuster is going to come back? Most people would say no. Do you think the vinyl records, the cassette tapes, the CDs, etc., are going to come back? Most people say no. That's how we feel about one-size-fit-all products, whether that's a skincare product, whether that's a nutrition product, whether that's weight loss product. No matter what product, we believe that the future of these products are all going to be tailored to an individual's DNA by a simple swab of their cheek. We believe that people will no longer need to be pitched on what it is that they should take, and they'll no longer need to guess what it is that they actually need to take, that they'll actually be able to have it built specifically for them. So we believe that the one-size-fit-all products will turn into exactly what happened to Blockbuster. Exactly what happened to vinyl records. It'll literally become a thing of the past. Next slide. Intellectual software, 20 years in the making, produces your name and barcode, approaching 400 million different possible formulas. One is made for you. So our product is, when we say made for you, and we say we do a DNA test, please don't be confused by some people that try to put a spin on their marketing. And what I mean by that, it's the educated customer that'll know the difference. Some people will use a DNA test. Some people use a blood test. Some people use a urine test. Some people use a questionnaire. For example, how old are you? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? Do you smoke? Do you take medications? If so, what? Based on all this data, they can tell you that they're going to customize nutrition for you, or they're going to give you a guided nutrition. And that is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to guide you to a nutritional product. Guide you. Meaning that they're going to narrow down the choices, and then they're going to take an off-the-shelf product. And some companies even take a shelf product and put it into a package, send it to your house, and tell you that it's customized. So just know that that's the difference. So you have blind nutrition, you have guided nutrition, and then you have customized nutrition. So when we say, how custom is your nutrition? How customized is it? 400 million different possible formulations. That's how custom it is. Okay, so it's literally made for you on the fly with your name and barcode. Next slide. This is literally the beginning of the end of blind nutrition, the beginning of the end. You're seeing at the very, very forefront, you're actually at the very, very forefront. And what you're seeing here is exactly what this says, the beginning of the end of blind nutrition. So I want you to think for a second, if you were to look in the future and you had a crystal ball, I want you to see a little kid. I want you to imagine that kid talking to his pop-pop or his nana, and I want you to hear that kid saying, hey, pop-pop, you mean to tell me that you used to take the same exact nutrition product that every other guy took? Hey, Nana, you mean to tell me you used to put the same skincare on your face that they all got the same bottle? They would just make a bottle, fill it up with solution, and put it on the shelves, and every person bought the same thing when no two people were alike? Why would they do that? I want you to imagine how confusing that would be to a small kid when they grow up into a generation or an era of personalization. I'm going to ask you right now, if you took a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old right now, and you handed them a yellow book. You guys remember those yellow directories, the phone directories? They call them the yellow pages. Hand that to a 14-year-old right now and watch the look or expression on their face when you hand them a yellow page directory. If you handed them a rotary phone, I mean, they would look at that like it was from the Flintstones. I mean, they wouldn't even know. You use this? Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Because it's so prehistoric. That's exactly what's going to happen with the next generation when they look back at the one-size-fit-all nutrition. And people are going to scratch their head and say, why did it take so long? I mean, it just makes so much sense. Why would it take so long for everyone to be able to have their own? Next slide. We have a world-class lab, HIPAA compliant and CLIA certified. That just simply means that the privacy and protection of the DNA is there in place, and it's to the highest standards of the CLIA certification. Next slide. Nutritionator, the one and only. That little picture you're seeing right there is the machine, or a part of the machine, that actually blends and labels your very own nutrition on the fly. So I want you to think about Home Depot or Lowe's. They have a machine, you give them the bucket, and you might not know how it works. You probably never asked. Matter of fact, 99% of people could care less how it works. They don't care how it works. They just hand them the swatch, and before you know it, it blends the color. You pop the lid, and there you go. And you walk out the door with exactly what you asked for. That's basically what this machine does. It takes all the ingredients. There's almost 100. It measures them out exactly to the milligram of what you need, and it makes a batch of formula just for you, exactly for you with your name on it, ships it right to your doorstep. Totally robotic. This machine will produce over 3,400 orders in an 8-hour shift, and it does, again, over 400 million different possible formulations of the product. Next slide. What genes do we test? There you go. So for people that want the medical terms, they're there. For people that don't understand the medical terms, the layman term is there. So for example, the MTRR, most people don't know what the MTRR are, but healthy heart, they know what the heart is, and a healthy heart, okay? So free radical defense, they may not know the SOD2, but they know free radical defense, you know. Healthy weight management, they may not know the FTO, but they know the healthy weight management. So these genes are genes that we test. There's 18 of them, and these genes are critical to the way you're going to age. Next slide. And then we're approaching 100 plant-based peer-reviewed ingredients. I want to show you some of those ingredients. Next slide. So if we started from A and we went down to Z, there's going to be almost 100 at this point in time. The only way we would use an ingredient if it's whole food plant-based nutrition, and also it has to have 2 peer-reviewed studies, two peer-reviewed articles. So if we started at the top, under the A, we would see the acai. The acai juice powder, it says. I can remember a company that took the acai berry and built a $1 billion company with a juice product, a juice drink. A $1 billion company with one product, one ingredient, and it was the acai berry. And before you know it, everybody started selling juice with acai berry, including Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, and everybody else. Theirs was $44 a bottle, and Sam's Club's was $14 a bottle. But my point is that they sold a lot of product and built a huge story around one ingredient. I want you to think for a second, with the amount of ingredients that we have to build our formula, and if you're supposed to have it, it's going to be in your formula. And how much of it you're supposed to have is going to be measured right to the milligram of what you need as far as that product. Think about that for a second. We have every ingredient that your body needs measured right down to the milligram. That is absolutely amazing. You cannot go out to the store and get that. However, if you wanted to Google right now and you wanted to take any one of these products, pomegranate extract, you want to take the garlic powder, if you want to take the carrot juice powder, if you want to start to Google and figure out, oh, this one right here is $12. This one right here is $26. This one right here is $32. You could go buy all this stuff individually, pay a fortune, take it, but you're actually overdosing with it because you're not taking the right measurement, but you're trying to actually take it. So when you understand the customization, you understand the actual, frankincense. Tony made a great frankincense. I never even had heard, to be honest with you, Tony, I never even heard until this company, frankincense. Frankenstein, I know him. Frankincense, I never heard of that before. But yeah, some of this stuff is quite expensive. Next slide. Immunetics. The market will ask, people will ask what a product will do for them. You hear this all the time. I don't care what the vitamin or the nutrition or the product is. People will say, what will it do for me? Or they wonder what it'll do for them. And the wise will anticipate what their body will do when it has exactly what it's supposed to have. And think about that for a second. This is the very first time in history. Literally in history. It's the very first time in the entire world that your body could have exactly what it's supposed to have. Nobody's ever done it before. It doesn't exist. Even if you had $10,000 and you had wanted to go buy it in the past, you couldn't. It's technology, the instruments, the machines to make it didn't exist. Just think about that. Like right now, for the very first time, your body has a voice, Euphoria is listening, and it'll build out that formula built and designed specifically for you, no one else. And imagine how your body feels and reacts and responds when you get exactly what you're supposed to have. Next slide. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the career opportunity, the business side of Euphoria. So next slide. This could be quite fun because you don't quit your full-time job. You don't give up your business necessarily. You don't have to make any rational, crazy changes to participate in this. You can do this at your leisure. That's what's so great about a home-based business or your side gig, if you would. You know how many people have a side gig? I don't care if it's Ubering. I recently found out that Uber sent out more 1099s last year than every single network marketing company put together. So how many people cut grass during the summer? How many people babysit? How many people are in construction jobs on the side? I mean, you can name it. There's so many gigs and so many things that people do, or they bartend on the weekend, or they're a hostess, or they're a waiter or a waitress. You name it, that's their gig, or they deliver pizza or fast food. So many people have a side hustle to generate some extra money. This right here is a business that you can build. If you have a full-time career, fantastic. You can build a part-time business that just gives you a few extra $100 a month, could give you $1,000 a month, could give you much more a month. It just depends on what you want to do with it. So there's two ways to come in. You can either just be a customer, try the product, refer for, get it for free. You can be a nutritionist, and that's $39.95 for the year for the membership. You get two websites, one's business, one's for your customers, and your back office. As a nutritionist, $39.95 for the year. Next slide. There's 5 ways to get paid. On your first start bonus, that's going to be paid weekly. That's on the new members that you enroll. The fortune pool, the residual bonus, your discounts and dividends, and the revenue share Rainmaker pool. So the rev share from the Rainmaker pool is quarterly, but the fortune pool, the residual, and the D&D bonus are paid monthly. That's great. How often do people pay their car payment? Monthly. The house payment, monthly. The electric bill, monthly. The cell phone bill, monthly. All these things are monthly. A great way to fight residual bills is residual income. It's a great way to set up, to tackle and fight residual bills, is to work your tail off to build something that creates residual income. Because if not, you're just trading in the hours for another check, trading in more hours for another check. And you'll never get off that wheel, ever get off that wheel, unless you create something that provides residual income to fight those residual bills. Because those residual bills, they'll never go away, ever. They'll never go away. So the best defense, residual income. This is your opportunity. Next slide. What about our levels? From beginner to Rainmaker, these are the levels, the different levels in our compensation plan. And the starting point for us, we teach people to qualify for influencer and then break influencers. qualify for influencer yourself, and then look down into your team, how many people you've sponsored, and help them break influencer. That's what you want to do. If you just created an influencer factory here, you want to qualify yourself, and then you want to help them get there. I have a saying, a drowning man can't offer swimming lessons. You know, so it's hard to get somebody there if you're not there yourself. You know, so it's you know, you get on that airplane, they say if we hit turbulence, et cetera, when that oxygen mask comes down, who do you put it on first? Put it on yourself first. Then you're going to be able to help whoever's next to you, the kid, et cetera. So you have to get there first. You're going to get there first. So your first goal, your first sight, if you're brand new in the business, you're just starting, you're looking at this, the success, business loves speed. You know, if you're sitting here talking to someone and you've been here for 5 months and a casual conversation comes up and somebody asks me and they say, hey, Rob, you know, how long did it take you to hit influencer? And my response to them is, well, I'm not there yet. How's that going to go? Like, I'm setting that tone myself, you know, by I'm here for 5 months, I'm not here yet. You know, so I'm kind of setting off that speed. I'm setting off that tone where if I move quick, if somebody says, how long did it take you to influencer? And I say, I hit influencer within the first couple of weeks. It didn't even take me the first month. Wow, really? Really? Oh, yeah, I did. I can help you get the influencer when you're ready. Let's go. How about if we do it in March? We'll have you there in March. And we'll plug you right into the training. Everything's in your back office. I'll work with you on your fast start, on your warm market leads. We'll do the 3-way calls. We'll get them to the webinars. You have a plan. Get them to influencer. So first, you're going to get to influencer. Very important. You're going to get to. Tony, you are ready. You are more than ready. You're going to be there. You're going to be there. So influencer, and then you're going to break the influencers. When you break the influencers, that's going to propel you to the innovator, the generator, the creator, to the rainmaker. Because that's going to be the rocket fuel in your rocket ship. So all you should be thinking about right now when you're coming in or looking at this is how quickly you can break influencer. All right, next slide. What's inside that kit? What's inside the kit? So inside the kit is an instruction card. It's your first month of pre-trition, which is your base formula for month number 1. Your 2 swab sticks to swab the inside of your cheeks. There is a black envelope to put your samples back into. There is a return envelope, prepaid postage, so you can mail the swabs back in. And there is a $100 discount coupon attached to each kit right now. So that means that when you order a kit right now through the end of February, every kit is going to have a $100 discount coupon attached to it. So when you go online to pay for the lab work, you go online to pay for the DNA test, you're going to use that coupon and only pay 99 bucks one time for your lab work. Just mail it in. Next slide. If you're in the business and you're starting the business, I just got off the phone 2 hours ago with my last 3-way call. Lori Danette is tearing it up. She's brand new herself. She's on her way to influencer right now. Just got off the phone and shared with a lady she had me on the phone with. Before I could get off the phone, she said, well, I know I'm going to swab. I know my husband's going to swab. So how does it work? How can you get a discount on the packs? And so, well, here you are. 3-pack, 5-pack, 10-pack. Glad you asked. Because you can get a discount on the packages as a nutritionist. 3-pack, 15% off. 5-pack, 20% off. 10-pack, 25% off. Plus, the 3-pack, you're a D&D 2. 5-pack, you're a D&D 3. A 10-pack, you're a D&D 4. a 10-pack, you can get a $20 bill rolling up to you on the discounts and dividends program. So there is a little bit more incentive monetarily on the front end and in the back end for these packages. Okay, so just listen. Here's what you don't want to do. Well, I'm going to join. I'm going to wait until I get my income tax back. And they say this year that according to the IRS and the layoffs and everything else, the shutdown and whatever else you want to call it, that we're going to really be back due on getting our tax returns. In fact, they don't even know when we're going to get them. That's not what you want to do. You want to get in where you fit in. If you can only get a 3-pack right now, you get a 3-pack. In fact, if you can only get a 1-pack and get yourself swabbed and get yours into the lab so you can be getting your pre-trition, you can be using that, you can have your website so you can actually get your DNA results back here in the next 3 weeks and so you can start to move, then you buy your package when that tax return comes or your payday comes. But don't delay. Don't, because you're going to lose 2 weeks, you're going to lose 3 weeks. And here's what happens. It's happening right now. Listen, people will call out and they'll call up somebody they want to share this with. They're going to share this with it. I already did a 3-way phone call with them with somebody else because they'll say, hey, if you'd have called me just a week ago, if you'd have called me 3 weeks ago, but I've already ordered. I already got a pack. You know, I already swabbed. My cousin did it to me. This is moving at a good rate of speed. Don't think that the whole world's just going to stop and wait for you to get the tax return or to do whatever and get in because you're going to lose ground. So I tell that to you not to scare you, but to educate you. I want you to be aware that time is on your side right now if you take first mover's advantage, if you move accordingly. If you sit back and wait, you are going to lose that first mover's advantage. You're going to lose out on some of that time. And some of the low-hanging fruit that was laying right there that you could have easily acquired is going to be gone. So I say that to you to wake you up, take advantage of it now, take advantage of the low-hanging fruit right now, and get yourself in where you fit in. Okay, next slide. Life-giving culture, the B and the do. The B is Ron Williams, the CEO. The do is Eric Warre, who's a world-class trainer, and we have all of his resources in the back office. In fact, when you get started, the first thing you should do, and if you're already here and you haven't done this, Jane. Shame on you. All right. But if you have not done this, I strongly encourage you to. And if you're joining right now, you're watching this and you're getting started and you're getting back to the person that contacted you and you're getting your website, as soon as you log into that back office, you should turn off that cell phone. You go to the first steps, the master's class, first steps, and you should begin your journey in training with Euphoria, because Eric has over $8,000 worth of materials and he is the field development trainer, field development coach. In fact, on Wednesday, this coming up Wednesday, this very next Wednesday, he's going to be heading up the Wednesday night business opportunity call. So just think about it. You're getting in now, and that's going to give you an opportunity to invite people to the call that's coming up. We're going to have one on Sunday night. We're going to have one on Tuesday. We're going to have one on Wednesday. This is going to give you some traction, some time to build right here, right now, and get people on that call. Eric will be on the call on Wednesday, just a heads up to everyone. So Ron has the U of U, and Eric has the GoPro. And when you put those two together, you have a very, very powerful formula, a very unique formula for success for the field. This company decided right in the beginning of how important that it would be to dedicate the right resources financially, to commit the dollars to build the strongest field possible, to give the best tools, the best resources, the best systems that the marketplace would have. And that's exactly why right out of the gate, they retained Eric to be part of the Euphoria experience, the Euphoria company, the Euphoria culture, to help to lead and build that, and went out and saw him up front, because now's the time. All right, now is the time. So the best of personal and professional development are here. Time is now at your fingertips. So let's unlock. We've got a few people on here tonight. Love for them to share with you why they're excited. This is going to be a replay online. You never know who's going to be watching these, when they're going to be watching them. People can watch this stuff at 2 and 3 in the morning. It's amazing when you see people post. So let's unlock. We have a superstar. She's a registered nurse. She's excited about the Euphoria product. She's excited about the Euphoria business. She just quoted that she's actually on her way to influencer, and I will do everything that I could possibly do to help her hit that influencer. The sooner the better. So Rob, if you unlock Tawny Boyce, and let's welcome Tawny to the call. She's not unmuted yet. She's still muted.
How about this? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I am just so excited to learn all I can. That's why I try to jump on these webinars, because there's just so much good stuff that we can share with the world. And this product, this company, just has everything that you need to work from home. It's quite effortless, really. You're just sharing an incredible product with people that is definitely being sought after. DNA, health, and everything. People are wanting to know how they can help prevent disease and give the body what it needs. So we've got such great mentors and leaders and resources and tools, and I've never had honestly such a wonderful company to work from home at my leisure and actually make money. Payday, is great already. You get paid for your efforts, and it's a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed it. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Tawny. Let's bring up Mr. John Burgess. John Burgess is totally fired up about Euphoria, and he's going to build a dynasty, I believe. And I know I'd seen John. He's still on there. Yep, we're just going to unmute him. Rob, let John tell you his background, where he's from, and why he's excited about Euphoria. So welcome to the call, John.
Thank you, Rob. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. First, I want to give it back to you for just such an awesome presentation. You laid out very plain, very simple. It's really just a test of intelligence in my book. I'm also a nurse. I've been a registered nurse for over 20 years now. That kind of dates me a little bit. And I specialize in geriatric care. So over the course of my 20 years, I've seen a lot of chronic disease processes. And from my experience, probably 80–90% of that is from abuse of the body in one form or another, whether it's drugs, alcohol, smoking, or perhaps even the most insidious of them all, nutrition. Either we're feeding our faces full of junk food today with today's a busy world, or even if we're trying to eat healthy, food today is so mass produced that it just doesn't simply have the nutritional value that it used to 100 years ago. So when I saw this, it just made perfect sense for me, especially with my family history. I have an extensive cardiac family history. I'm also a 2-time cancer survivor. So it just made perfect sense to me to give my body exactly what it needed. So I jumped right in. From the business perspective, I got involved in that because I know 2 things. One, nursing is never going to pay me what I'm worth, nor is it ever going to pay me enough to make sure that my 2 autistic sons are taken care of for the rest of their life. And the other is healthcare these days has gone away from the patients and more towards the dollars. And so I want my life now to become more about what can we do to have prevented those chronic disease processes to begin with. So that's why I got in. It's just a phenomenal company. I've met with the leadership of this company. I'm blessed to have such good mentors as yourself, Rob, and to be able to consider you a close personal friend. And I'm just excited. And I'm just here to tell anybody that if you're looking for the right time, the right place, this is it. I'll give it back to you, Rob.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And here you go. Just pop two people to share with you tonight. Both of them a nursing background for years. And this is the kind of people that Euphoria is attracting. It's attracting so many different walks of life, so many different, from the younger, the millennials, to people that have had a business and crashed and burned, trying to figure life back out again, trying to get back up and, find a vehicle that's going to deliver them time freedom, financial freedom. There's people here that are just professional backgrounds. They're executives. They're business owners. They have businesses, and they're still attracted to this because of what this can do, what this can deliver, the type of lifestyle this could provide. When you have something that's proprietary, that's one of a kind, they can't get it anywhere else. You build a business around something like that, and it can do wonders. It can be magical. So I want to invite one more person up. I want to make sure he's still on the phone, and he is. He's out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Phil Franklin. He's built business before. He's built a couple of them. He's been in the top income earners. Phil's enjoys riding his chopper. He loves people. He wants to see everybody win. Phil's one of the hardest workers in this business that I think I've saw. I just turned 50 this year. I've been in the direct sales space since I was 19 years old, right out of high school. My first company was 20-year run. I was at the top of their distributor, totally top of the game there. It was a long ride for me. I've seen a lot of people. I've watched a lot of companies. And I got involved with this company back in its beta test back from 2007 to 2015. While we had about 40,000 people on this product that actually were on this product. I've watched a lot of people, a lot of companies. I'm telling you something about Phil Franklin, that very few will actually do the hard work that Phil does. Because, and even myself, I'll talk to people. I offer the opportunity. I prospect. But to get on the phone every day and to dial out $100 a day, Phil's very, 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 very committed, very, very driven to his goal. And so anyway, I'm going to let Phil share with you a little bit about why he's pretty determined. He's going to build it, and he's going to build a dynasty. He's going to build a big team, and he's going to take a lot of people to that finish line with him. So I love working with him. So I want to unmute him and welcome him to the call out of Grand Junction, Mr. Phil Franklin.
Well, hello, Rob, and thank you for that introduction. I'm just your average guy, but I know what it takes to be successful. And getting on those Eric Worre, trainings, there's quite a few other coaches out there. What I'm doing right now is called a 90-day blitz. And so I'm doing 100 dials a day, every day for the next 90 days. And if I'm not where I want to be by then I'll do it again. I know that network marketing is the only thing that'll pay you what you're worth. It's the only thing that, if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to pay into it just like a hobby. If you treat it like a part-time job, you'll make a part-time income. But if you treat it like a full-time job, you'll make more than you ever dreamed. And I've experienced that. It's taken me around the world. It's taken me to Thailand. It's taken me, countless numbers of times to Hawaii, all over the U.S. It's like I said, it's the only thing that pays you what you're worth. And so I know that if I put these 90 days into it, then I'll be where I need to be at the end of that 90 days, and far exceeded. I absolutely love the company. I love the product. The support, the upline, it's all phenomenal. Just the other day, I think I've signed up 2 people with a 10-pack. Well, yesterday I signed up one with a 10-pack off of a cold call. Now, it's the successes in the follow-up. I've talked to the guy for probably about a week, almost a week and a half. But when he pulled the trigger, at first he was like, "Oh, I'll buy 1 pack. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I'll buy 3." And then talked to him a couple days ago, and he's like, "You know what? 10 just sounds right." I said, "Well, whatever fits you, And so the guy came in with a 10-pack. So, I talked to him about the packages, but like you said, you get in where you fit in. So I've only sold 2 10-packs, but hey, one of them was off of a cold call. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm doing those 100 dials a day. I'm putting them up on Eric's Facebook page, keeping me accountable for what I'm doing. When we saw him up there in Vegas, I told him, I said, I will do 100 dials a day for the next 90 days and see where I'm at from there. And I told him I want him to keep me accountable. And so I put it up there every day to show everybody, hey, I did my 100 dials. Here's how many I talked to. Here's how many I voicemailed, the whole 9 yards. And so that's where I'm at. I'm just going to keep working. I always think about 2 things. One, every time I get close to wanting to quit, I think of this picture that I've seen on Facebook of the guy with the pickaxe. He's turning around, he's walking back, but it's showing 2 more swipes of that axe and he would have been at that diamond. But then you got the guy underneath him that just keeps going. And, if you don't give up, you will succeed. And so the other thing is instead of counting how many people I call, or how many no's that you actually get. Try and get 100 no's. Before you get to that 100th person that tells you no, you're going to get one that says yes. And that one that says yes, hey, now you got to start all over again. So that's a better way to look at it rather than just going, oh man, I'm looking for that one yes. I'm looking for that one yes. And then, you get to that person that goes, oh no, I've been told no too many times. I quit. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going until I succeed.
Thank you, Phil. That was awesome. I told you he's a superstar. And I think I just want to wrap up by saying this, that you guys that are on this call, we're just coming out of the first month. January was the first month of unlocking the compensation plan. Nobody is at the top of this plan yet. I happen to fall at influencer in the first 30 days. I'm willing to lock arms with you, any one of you, all of you. Let's march to Rainmaker together. Because that is where I'm going. That's where I want to take whoever wants to go.
Yep, let's do it.
And so I'm available to you. So if you ever need me, don't think that I'm too high up there, untouchable, or that you have to go through someone to kind of like, no. You need something from me, you let me know. You should be able to contact me just like everybody else does. I'm here to go to war with you. Literally go to war with you. Boots in the trenches, roll up the sleeves, and go to war with you. Between now, this is 5 years from now, and once the organization turns into whatever, and I'll be 55 or whatever, and this goes the way I see it going, I'm not going to be at war anymore. There's going to be other leaders that are going to be in that are actually going to be doing it. But right now, I'm going to war, you know, and I'm looking to lock arms with whoever is here that wants to lock arms. Okay. So I will take you, I promise you, I will take you to the promised land. That you can quote that right here, right now. I will take you to the promised land because I know where this company is going. I know where people in this company are going, where this product is going. I know where it's going. Don't be confused. Put on the blinders. There's going to be turbulence. It's not going to be perfect, as Eric would say. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than a lot of things, you know, a lot of other things. So if you're willing to know that it's not going to be perfect, you're willing to look at it for the long term, that we're going to get there. As Ron says, whether we walk, whether we trot, whether we crawl, whether we run, we're going up the mountain. You know, he'll tell you we're going up the mountain. So we're going. I want to take you and each and every one of you. And so I want to work with you to get you to influencers, everybody on this call. As a matter of fact, we're only 7 days left in this month.